Hello guys, in today's video I want to show you guys how to design a good quality YouTube thumbnail with Adobe Photoshop. Yes, the essence of this is based on the fact that a good quality YouTube thumbnail is what really help your video get clicks and views. If your thumbnail is not good quality or astonishing enough, you are not expected to get much click, neither are you expected to get much views. So without as much of our time, let me take you right into my laptop screen so that I will show you how to design an astonishing YouTube thumbnail if you are a content creator or if you intend making money or building a sustainable stream of income online with YouTube content creation. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing I have to do now is to quickly launch my Adobe Photoshop. As you can see, I'm right here on Adobe Photoshop, and what I just have to do next is to pick a custom size for our thumbnail design. You can either pick 1080 by 720 for your YouTube thumbnail design, which happens to be the custom size of YouTube thumbnail design, and then make sure everything is in 300 resolution, and you put it at, as you can see, they have the orientation size. You make sure it's on this middle one right here. That's for YouTube thumbnail size. Then you make sure the background is on white color so that you can start making use of the background for your design. So without wasting much of our time, all I just have to do now is to quickly hit on create. As soon as I hit on create, it's going to bring me over to the section where I can start making my design right away. Okay, so as you can see now, this is Adobe Photoshop, and this is a plain background where we can start making our thumbnail design. If you are not good with Adobe Photoshop, you can equally make use of other editing softwares like Canva, which happens to be free, and you can equally make use of Photopea, which happens to be free as well, and kind of more like a substitute to Photoshop if you don't have access to Photoshop. Okay, so without wasting much of our time, let me get started. Now let's assume I want to design a YouTube thumbnail that says how to design a YouTube thumbnail. Let's say I created a video on how to design a YouTube thumbnail, and I need to design a thumbnail that is kind of talking about how to design a YouTube thumbnail. So let me show you what to do first. I kind of downloaded some YouTube related background and elements that I want to use for the thumbnail, because what you are designing or the type of content you created should determine the type of element, background, or image you will have to use for the thumbnail design. So first of all, let me open up my file explorer where I have some of the image that I've downloaded for this sake of this tutorial. Then I just have to quickly go back to my downloads, then scroll down a little bit. I think I have an image of YouTube background. Let me check for it. Okay, as you can see, this is the image right here, YouTube background. So all I just have to do now is to drag and drop it on our plain background on our Photoshop. So as you can see now, it have covered the entire background. Now we can start making our design. So the first thing I have to do, as you can see, it have some space at the top corner section here. You can equally click your Control plus to get a clearer view of what you are designing, and you can click on Control minus to zoom out and equally get a clearer view of what you are designing. So I just have to come over to this up corner section here. As you can see, this thing that looks like more like a net. Then I hit on it so that it can hit on our background. I hit on it, then I can adjust it and make sure it fits to screen completely. Okay, so that's it, and then I quickly take it out. Then the next thing I would like to do is to actually make this design a little bit more transparent. So I'll have to reduce the opacity. So all I just have to do now is to come over to this section of the background. As you can see, a YouTube background. Then I right click on it. Then I go to blending option. Then as soon as I go to blending option, it's going to bring me to this section where I can add do some tweaking to the image. Then all I just have to do is to reduce the opacity. Okay, I would like to reduce the opacity of this background so that it won't be too red in color. As you can see, it's reducing. Then I can hit on OK. As you can see now, it's a little bit transparent, a little bit kind of white and red. Then the next thing I have to do is to actually bring in the image that I'll be using for the design. Okay, I want to use an image of myself. Okay, so I just have to quickly go over to the image section again, my file explorer. Then I search for any image that I like, or that I want to make use of. Okay, let's assume I want to make use of this image. This is an image that I've already removed the background. Okay, so but if you have an image that I want to make use of and you want to equally remove the background of that image, okay, let me pick an image that has a background so that I equally show you how to remove the image background. Then I quickly drag and drop this one right in here. So this is an image of myself. Then I go hit on the freehand tool. Then I come over to this section. This object selection tool is a quick object selection tool. Then I hit on it. Then as soon as I hit on it, I come over to this section that says select subject. Then I hit on select subject. Okay. Then as you can see now, automatically it has spotted out the image for us from the background. All I just have to do is to hit on my Control key, Control V keyboard. Automatically it's going to separate the real image that was selected from the background. As you can see now, this is the real image. This is the real image and this is the background. So all I just have to do is to hit on the real image, then I hit on backspace or delete on my keyboard. As you can see now, we have our image without a background. So I can, readjust or resize the image however I want. Then by hitting on the, this one that says shows transform on the selected whatsoever. What I'm, trying to make use of now is this layer. I want to adjust it, so I just have to quickly resize it. I can resize it and make it a little bit bolder however I want. It's very necessary you make the image or the element you are using for design, most especially the image of your thumbnail, to be very bold and clear, so that the YouTube algorithm will easily detect the face on the thumbnail. Okay, so I just have to hit on the freehand selection tool, hit on this net. Now as you can see, I already have my image. I can equally do some tweaking on this image by hitting on the image and going to the filter section, then come over to the camera raw filter. Then it's going to bring me over to a section where I can easily increase the temperature. I can increase the temperature, I can increase the exposure, I can increase the exposure if I want or not. I can still go down, check out for maybe what's it called, clarity. I can work on clarity, I can reduce clarity to make it a little bit nicer and shiny. Then I can add up saturation, or I can reduce saturation. That's it. If you want to add anything, they equally have effects. You can add some vignettes to it if you want, to make some part of the image look a little bit dark. Then that's it. Then I hit on OK on my screen. As you can see now, the image is a little bit different from what it used to look like before. Then I can easily click on the image again right here and go to blending option as well. Then as soon as I get to the blending option, I can come over to this section that says outer glow. Okay, as soon as I hit on outer glow, automatically it will have a glow around the image. Now it's too big. As you can see, the glow is too big, it's too far from the image. I can easily reduce the size of the outer glow. I can reduce the size of the outer glow, and I can equally change the color of the outer glow to any color I want. I love using outer glow a lot, but if you don't want to make use of outer glow, no problem. But let's leave this outer glow on white color, since we are making use of, since we are designing a YouTube thumbnail. Then I leave that outer glow, I reduce the size again. I can reduce the size again however I want, and I can equally change the contour of the outer glow how I want it to be. I can change it to any format. As you can see, it's changing however you want it. Good and fine for you. Okay, so that's it. Then I move on. Then I hit on OK. As you can see now, it got an outer glow, right? Then the next thing now is to actually impute some elements. Now we are talking about YouTube thumbnail, right? I can equally quickly go over to my file explorer again, then check out for a YouTube element or a YouTube logo. Let me go over to my download where I have some YouTube logo already downloaded. If you don't have, go over to Google and download any YouTube logo for yourself. Okay, let me quickly pick this one that have a background as well. I drag and drop it in here. Okay, then I can resize it. Then as soon as I resize it, then I go to the freehand tool. I hit on the freehand tool. Then if I hit on the freehand tool, I can quickly come over to this quick selection tool. I hit on quick selection tool. I hit on select subject again. As soon as I hit on select subject, it's going to spot out this YouTube logo from the background for me. Okay, so let's give some time to do this spotting out. As you can see, I've spotted it out. Then I hit on Ctrl C on my keyboard and Ctrl V. Then automatically it has separated this element from the background. Then I can easily delete the background, which is the main image. As you can see now, I got just the YouTube design. Then I can adjust it however I want. Let's say I want to make it a little bit bigger. I can make it bigger. Then as you can see now, if I make it bigger, it's on top of the image and I want it to be behind the image. So I come over here to the layer section. Everything about Adobe Photoshop when designing it has to do with layers. Then I can easily drag my image up above the layer of the thumbnail. As you can see now, the YouTube design icon is at the back of the image. Then I can easily adjust it again. If I want it to look a little bit taller, I just hit on Control on my keyboard while I do the adjustment. As you can see, it's getting bigger now. I can make it taller however I want. You see, that's it. Okay, now we got YouTube. Okay, you can make your design a little bit much more nice and much more beautiful. This is just a tutorial, so I'm just trying to be as snappy as possible as I can. So I just adjust it. I can equally add some outer glow to this icon right here. Then I can come over to the layer again. Then I hit on right click. I go over to the blending option. Then as soon as I get to the blending option, I can add some outer glow to it. As you can see, it got some outer glow. Now I can change the color of the outer glow, since the YouTube itself is white, so I can change the outer glow to maybe red or black, whatever I want, or whatever color I want. But let's leave it at maybe red. Then I can go back. Okay, then I can increase the size or reduce the size, or I can change the contour shape of this outer glow. Okay, I love this one. Let me keep this one. Okay, then I can reduce the size or I can increase the size to however I want. So you see, you can increase it and you can reduce it. So that's it. Then I quickly click on okay. Then as soon as I click on okay, now as you can see, I got my image, I got the YouTube logo behind my image. Okay, now I have to add some text. It's very necessary we add some text. Okay, then I can just come over to the T section, or I can hit T on my keyboard, or you come over to this text section. As you can see, horizontal type tool, you hit on horizontal type tool. Then as you can see, you hit on your screen right now. Now we can type. I can say design a So as you can see now, this is the text format. I don't like this text format, and I would like to change the text format. I just highlight all of the text. As you can see, this is the section where you can, do some tweaking to the text, even change the text color or whatsoever. I come over to Chiller. So I come over to Chiller, then where I can find different type of, text format. As you can see, okay, let me go for Eras bold etc. Then I hit on it. Then I can, hit on the freehand tool. As soon as I hit on the freehand tool, I resize it again to make it a little bit bolder. Then I can drop it here. Now we have designed a YouTube. Then I can quickly come over to thumbnail again. I can quickly hit on the freehand tool, then come over to the text tool. Then I can come down here and add thumbnail. Okay. So you need to quickly take note of one thing. One mistake most people actually make with YouTube thumbnail is that they include too many text in their YouTube thumbnail. This text is enough for this YouTube thumbnail. Design a YouTube thumbnail. Finish. That's it. Don't use more than 3 or 4 text, and don't use multiple colors in your thumbnail design. Now I just have, as you can see, I have just one color I'm making use of, white. If I like, I can change the color again of maybe this thumbnail to maybe red or whatsoever. Again, I can come over to the blending option. Then as soon as I come over to the blending option, I come over to stroke. I want to stroke this text now. I can stroke it with red. Okay. As you can see now, I can change the color. I can stroke it with maybe red, which is very necessary. Let's see what it have done to, what the color have done to. I have stroked it with red now. As you can see now, the thumbnail is in red. Okay. Being the fact that it's in red and it's kind of on this background, so it's not clear enough, I would like to add an outer glow to it. As you can see, the outer glow is red, so I have to change the outer glow color to white. And now I've changed it to white. As you can see, it's very, very nice now like this. I can reduce, I can change the contour of this outer glow to whatever I want, any type of design. Okay, let me leave it like this. Then I can equally add a drop shadow to make it look a little bit bolder or clearer to us. Okay, then I change the drop shadow color to black. Let's see. Okay, then I can change the contour shape of the drop shadow. Let's change it. Okay. Okay, I love this one. Then I can resize it. I can change the size of the outer glow. So as you can see now, we have designed a YouTube thumbnail. Okay, and now you can do any other thing you want. Let's say you want to add elements of Photoshop and all of that. So it's good like this. This thumbnail is very, very okay now. It's bold, the image is clear and bold, the text on it is bold and clear. In case you want to add any element, you can add any element you want or any image you want. That's it. Okay, I think I got an element of Photoshop. Let me check for it if I can still find it. Okay, this is an element of Photoshop. Then I drag and drop it in an image. Then I can easily resize it like this, and maybe leave it anywhere that I want. Then I can adjust this thumbnail right here. I adjust it right here. Then I leave the Photoshop right here, so that anybody that sees my thumbnail will easily know that I actually designed this with Photoshop. I'm actually instructing them to do the design with Photoshop. Okay, so this is it. Design a YouTube thumbnail. Now it's very simple. This is a very nice thumbnail that can easily convince somebody to click and watch the video. So you can do more design, more beautiful design on your own, and do more nicer and quality design on your own if you want. Just go around Photoshop, do some tweaking. Photoshop is a very good and recommended industry standard of thumbnail design, graphic design in general, because you don't only design thumbnail with Photoshop, you can do a lot of other graphic designs with your Photoshop. But The reason why I recommend Photoshop is based on the fact that it got a lot of features that you can actually use to, design an astonishing YouTube thumbnail for your YouTube videos. So this is it, guys. In case you want more tutorials on, designing a YouTube thumbnail with Photoshop, please drop the comment in the comment section below, because we are already doing much on our channel as regard, helping our audience build a sustainable stream of income online with their digital skill, okay? Because that's the purpose we are, focusing on with our YouTube channel. My name is Daniel Anthony. What I do on YouTube is that I teach people, or I teach any of my interested, viewer and subscriber how to build a sustainable stream of income, not just making money online. It's important you make the money you want to make online a sustainable one. You keep on making the money over and over again. So with YouTube content creation, you can actually do this, and you need to design YouTube thumbnails. So you can use Photoshop for your design, and you are good to go. So guys, until we meet again, I'll just call it a wrap for today. I just have to say I love you all, but for now, bye bye, and peace.